This last one's kind of crazy because there are so many different equivalent answers depending on how you draw the picture. It says that 8 children in an art class have to share 12 packages of clay so that everyone gets the same amount. Alright, so with a quick drawing to set it up, the green circles represent the 8 children, and then the rectangles, all 12 of those are the packages of clay. Now, in problem B, we didn't have enough burritos to give to each kid, but in this problem, we have enough packages of clay because we have 12 packages of clay and only 8 children. So we could start by sharing one package of clay with each of our 8 children. And if we think about it, once we're done with that, we started with 12 packages of clay. Now we only have 4 left. And we can't give another whole to each, so we have to break up those 4 that are left. And now this is why there's so many different answers, because there's lots of ways to break it up so that each of them gets the same amount. One way to do it would be to break each of our remaining packages of clay into halves. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's how many students we have. So I can give each one of these small pieces. And remember, the name for this piece depends on how many parts we broke up the clay into. And since we broke it into 2 parts, these are each a half. And so if you look at that, each student gets 1 block of clay and another half of a block of clay. So that's one possible answer. Now, another possible answer would have been to break each block of clay into 4 parts. So I'm not going to make halves, I'm going to make fourths. And now, let's do it one piece at a time. The first block of clay, we got a fourth, a fourth, a fourth, and a fourth. So that one's done. The second one, we got a fourth, a fourth, a fourth, and a fourth. Keep on going. Another 4/4 for this block of clay, and another 4/4 for this block of clay. And then if you look at each individual student, you see that they still have 1 whole block of clay, but now they have 2 pieces, and in this case, each piece is a fourth of the whole. So that would be like 1 and 2/4, which would give us this answer. And as one final way, you could have taken those last 8 shares of or packages of clay and actually broke them up into 8 pieces each. And if you did that, it makes sense because there are 8 kids. So from this first piece, you would give each, these are my little eighths, really little. You would give each of them an eighth. So an eighth from this one, an eighth from this block of clay, a third, eighth, that sounds confusing, but another eighth from this block of clay, and then finally the last one would give us the 4th eighth. So in this case, you look at each student and you see they all get a block of clay, and now 4 of these small pieces, and since we broke the whole into eighths, it would be 1 and 4/8. So when you make it to this problem, you should have a pretty good idea of how to explain why they're actually all correct. 1/2, 1 and 1/2, 1 and 2/4, and 1 and 4/8 are all equivalent fractions because it's all the same amount of clay. It's just how many parts we broke the clay up into. We gave them all different names, but they're all equivalent names. So hopefully that was helpful if you got stuck on these last few problems.